Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. I am so excited this morning. Had a great weekend of football, but this morning we got so many people coming. Got Stephanie Campbell, we got the Cattlemen's Association here. We got a lot of things we're going to talk about. If you see this cup here, this is for the Vine Church. They're having, and I promised them that I would announce it because that's what we do at Truck Talk for our community. They're having services every morning from 6 to 7. It's a 21-day fast, but you really need to check out somebody on the Vine and find out more about that. It's a real nice program. But we're going to get started this morning. I just want to say good morning, everybody. Be safe out there. It's raining. You cannot stop like you normally would be able to stop, so be real safe. Your granddaughter, your son, my daughter, they're out there. Let's be careful that we don't hurt nobody. We'll be right back with our first guest this morning. Thank you.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you were out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay, 4%. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Good morning. We're back again with the Pike County Cattlemen's Association. Got two fine gentlemen here, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you.
I'm Johnny Garrett with the Pike County Cattlemen's Association.
Who you got with you, Mr. Garrett? Who is that? Who is that?
Got Ronnie Bozeman here with us.
That's right. It's not Buford. Just point that out.
You know, I've talked to you before at ball games and stuff, and y'all just got just a lovely organization going on. And I want you to tell me just what y'all got going on right now, because I know it's good if you guys are involved in it.
Well, tonight we've got our annual meeting going on. Doors open at 5:30, and we have a big steak supper at 6:30. And we'd like to have all the members we can have. We've got a membership drive right now going on, and we'd like for you to come on out and join our organization. We do a lot in the community.
You know, I was talking to Derek Thompson and Ronnie Bozeman, and I told Ronnie that I was going to join. I said, I've been having my chick all week. I think they were worried about my chick. I think they was worried. They never did come by and get it. But I want Trojan Detail that's going to join up. We're going to show you about how easy it is. It just takes a signature and come on down. So you can say Trojan Detail is a part of the Cattlemen's Association. Let me ask you this. Tell us some of the things that y'all provide with scholarships and whatnot. Tell us some of those things.
Well, between the Pike County Cattlemen and the Cattle Women, we give out over $13,000 in college scholarships every year. And we have several events during the year. We have two different cash shows. One's coming up. It's a calf and goat show the 1st of March. And then we have a big cash show that covers 4 or 5 states in June. It's called the Invitational Steer and Heifer Show in June. Then we have a big rodeo in August, and
I've
have
attended
several
that.
events every year.
Let me ask you something. I heard you say you have a calf and goat show. I was watching the news this morning, and there was this lady that retired, and she's into the goat business, and they making soap, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Out of goat milk. You knew that? I guess I was the only one to do it. Let me just say where I'm going with this. I've smelled the goat before. I just don't know about the soap.
I don't know about soap either.
I think it's hypoallergenic or something.
I think I'm going to stick with Ivory soap. You know, I was listening here, and I was hearing you talk about the big rodeo. That's the only bit I can really speak on. I attended both nights, and the most thing I saw that was so nice about it, how family oriented it was, and how happy people was, and y'all had good food. Y'all had good food, and it was just so neat. And I saw all the family. Actually, I set up the Wireless Sanders booth there, you know, to
Yeah.
do a little recruiting while I was there. And I have to tell when something good happened. I got a drive out of that. Did
Yeah.
not have a CDL. We sit there and talked, and I led him through the procedures. And I go to this school one day to talk, and there he is. He's in the school, and I'm proud to say he's out on the road training with us now.
Well, that's good.
You know, when I go to these classes, the reason I like this truck talk and the reason I like to have different people up here, I want to be familiar with what's going on in my county, because I don't just sell Wiley Sanders truck lines. I sell all this prohibited sheet, and I sell our town. So I can say that we got a Cattlemen's Association. We give away scholarships. You know, it's just good to have all this stuff.
It is.
I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Ronnie, what makes you just drive for the Cattlemen's Association?
Well, we do a lot of community outreach things. I mean, we have an agreement with the Southeast Alabama Electric. Hey, there's a storm or something, they can use our facilities as a place to stay while they're trying to get everybody's power on, with staging, especially if people come in to help us from other areas. We provide a place for them to stay. Other things such as Turkeys for Heaven, we've done that out there this past year. It's one of our outreaches.
You know, it's a big building, and I talked to you at the Goshen High School game about having a concert there for my church, and this is a good time while you're on the air live. What do people need to know? Because I know you do rent the building. What do they need to know? What is the process of getting your building? I know, but I just want you to tell them.
You just call me at Johnny Garrett at 268-2467 and tell me the date you want, and all we can set it all up then.
Well, I can say this: it's a nice building to have
Thank you.
something. It's plenty big enough.
It's plenty big. It'll hold
How
all
many
people.
square feet is that? I'm just curious.
It's about 13,000 square feet.
I knew it was big.
It'll hold over 1,000 people just interior.
I've seen it with that many in it too.
Yeah.
I've seen it with that. You
South
ever seen it that
Alabama
full?
Metro has that.
Well, we can fill it up.
Yeah.
But fill it up.
What's on the menu tonight?
Steaks,
Oh,
ribeye steaks,
grill.
grill,
Oh,
grill.
that sounds good. All you gotta do is come in and join. Now, if somebody wanted to join, it's not too late to join today,
No,
right?
no.
They
They
can come.
can, they can come, well, they can join at the door. It's,
Going at the door, right?
It's $50 for an annual membership. You can do a 3-year membership for $120, or if you want to do a lifetime membership for $1,000.
So a lifetime is 1,000.
Yeah.
$1,000. Hey, if you're a
So
young
if you
person,
stayed
I mean,
in it a long time, I'm too old to get the 1,000.
no, I think you got another good 20 years in. I mean,
You know, I love it when I have somebody that's close to our community and somebody that's doing something as nice as y'all doing down there. Some kids will never get the chance to see something
right.
like that other than it coming to Pike
That's
County.
right.
They don't have the transportation and whatnot to
That's
go,
right.
and y'all are real close down there. Yes, sir.
speaking on our scholarships, we'll have the scholarship forms there tonight. If the scholarships go to if their grandparents or their parents or a member of the Cattlemen, if none of their folks are a member of the Cattlemen, they can come join the Cattlemen and apply for this scholarship.
That's right.
Oh man,
They can do it tonight
They can do that. Is
and
great.
and then eat a steak dinner
Yeah.
and bring a guest with them.
You know, you can't go buy a good steak for you and your wife for $50.
No,
You
for
cannot?
$50,
You
that's right.
cannot do it. You can, and I know you guys. Y'all gonna have them good steaks.
We
I know
have
you
some
guys.
good
Some
ones.
good
Absolutely.
steaks. I've been there and I've met you and seen how y'all operate down there. Now let me ask you this: what time tonight? Because a lot of people are gonna be wondering what time they need to be.
The
there.
doors open at 5:30 and with the supper, dinner will start at 6:30. So doors open at 5:30 and we'll have registration and all set up so you come in and register and pay your dues and get a meal card, and the supper started at 6:30.
I just want to let you guys know how eager I am and to join that calendar. Y'all see it, Trojan Detail just joined. I'm excited about it. Anytime you put something in your community, you get something back out.
You get something back.
And I love, like, I'm gonna keep renovating this. I love when I go to these schools and I'm recruiting, but I talk on my town. I talk about schools. And I'm gonna talk about the Cattlemen's Association. I talk about our banks. I talk about the things we have here. I truly believe in my heart that anybody that wants to work, a decent citizen, can come to Pike County and make it and raise a family and be happy.
Right.
You know, we're getting a new shopping center out there, and Pike County is growing.
It's growing.
We're growing. And it's people like you guys that are doing stuff and putting stuff back in the community that makes us grow. It really makes us grow. Was there anything you guys like to say before you leave?
No, I guess that pretty well covers it, except one more thing. We have an equipment auction the first Saturday of April every year. And that gives folks a chance that they got used equipment out there that they're not using anymore or want to get rid of. It's a good time to sell it.
Okay.
They auction it off.
So what do you do? What do you actually do to get your equipment in
You
there?
just bring it out there and consign it sometime during the week before the first Saturday of April.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime during that week, we'll have the gates open. Bring it out there and leave it with us, and we'll give you a consignment sheet, and then we have an auction on Saturday. I believe it's April the 4th. It's the first Saturday in April every year.
Okay. There's one thing about you guys. Everything y'all got going on is real easy to do.
It's easy to do. We
y'all
try to
make
make
it
it
simple.
easy.
Y'all make it simple.
We have to make it simple for us.
I wasn't gonna say that, but then I was
That's the way we
thinking.
work.
I was thinking I can work with the Calamers Association. I mean, I just give my check and hey, I'm good.
That's all you got to do.
You know, and that's another thing of being a small knit town. If something doesn't go right, well, Ronnie knows how to get with me. We'll be at a ball game, or we can
Right.
see each other. You know, you live in these big, and nothing against the big cities, but you live in these big cities, and you know everybody's a stranger
Yeah,
because everybody commuting like 50 or 60
Yeah.
miles. You know, I think everybody in our area, the longest drive is 15 miles
That's
to
right.
work. I
About
think
right.
you live in Goshen. How
I
about
live,
that?
it's 13 miles to the Armory.
From my house to Wireless and the Strut Lines is 5 miles.
That's good.
I like that I can actually go home for lunch. I'm old and I get where I take a nap, so
I know
it
that
makes
that
me
is.
have to drive fast going back, so I quit going home for lunch. I am so glad to have you on, and I want to extend this invitation to you from Truck Talk with Wireless and the Strut Line. Anything that you're doing, because I know it's going to be good, so I can say anything that you're doing. Let me know any announcements and tell your church and anything that you're doing. I'd be glad to come on and talk about it.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
We'd be glad to do it. I've been to the Cattlemen several times, and I even talked to you about my church. We're trying to do something with you guys, and y'all just keep on doing a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, you do a
We
good job.
appreciate
Good job. If you can get my man Ronnie there, you can get him.
We can get him working.
Well, let me tell you, though, I always pick on him.
That's
'cause
why
he's
I'm
young.
here.
He's so much younger. I remember when he started out, and I'll say this, and I'm not going to embarrass him, but Ronnie told me one night, he said, I'm going to do something. He said, I'm going to do something. He said, I'm going to join the Army. I'm going to do something. And when I look at young people like that, just raised
Yeah.
their family and done something, he had to leave us for a little while to get to where he wanted to
Yeah.
be. Now he's back
Yeah, he's
working
back.
with us, and the knowledge, the things that he learned while he was gone, oh man, it's coming to us out there, the
Yeah.
truck line, and we love it and being
It's
there.
paying off.
It's paying off.
Appreciate
You
it.
know, structure
Yeah.
is one of the most important things. That's why you guys have been so successful, because you got structure in what y'all do.
We
You
try
treat
to.
everybody nice.
Right.
I mean, I left my stuff there. I think I still got a
You still got a sign.
I still got a sign. I left my stuff. I didn't have to come and set up every day. It was just right. And when I get back the next evening, it was right there.
Gotta be safe.
And we'll be doing that again this year with y'all,
Yeah.
because we got one. So that
Yeah.
lets me know it works.
Yeah, that's
See?
right. It
that
works.
lets me know it
It
works.
We're going to get 2 this year.
We're going to get 2.
At least.
We'll be right back with Stephanie Campbell from K&W Plastics. Thank you. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay. 4%, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus? These guys did. Told me that. Hey, Steve, I need a piece. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay. 4%, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus? These guys did. Good morning. We're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. And let me correct, I have Miss Baker here. How you doing this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
I am so glad to have you. I was talking to your brother Christopher.
Right.
And every time I tell him, did you talk to your sister? I'm going to do it right now. And finally he did it. And it was so funny. All the time I've been trying to get you here, I missed your call. The first call I missed it, but I'm glad to have you.
It's a
with
pleasure to
KW
be here.
Plastics.
Yeah.
It's just a part of what make Wiley Sanders Truck Line work.
Absolutely.
And we was talking the other day, and I have people that help me with this show, and we were saying, you know, we got to get somebody from down there. Tell me some of the stuff y'all do. I know you make the beads. I know you
Sure.
make the cans. What is the part that you do?
Most people
with?
don't realize, but we are actually the world's largest plastics recycler right here in Troy, Alabama. So people have no idea about that here in little small town Troy.
Did you see my eyes light up? Did you see my? I know. I'm so excited. The
Yeah.
next class, and I got one next week. The next time, I got some recruits in there today. Oh, we are the largest.
We
I
are
tell
the
everybody we
world's-
big.
Yeah,
we big.
well, we are. We are so big. We are the biggest.
The largest in the world.
And that's based
Oh my
on
God.
our capacities to be able to buy and store the material. So that big smiley face silo that you see, and there's lots of other silos as well.
Oh.
That is storing plastic material, either ready to be recycled or has been recycled into these resin pellets. Some people call them beads. But that's how they count us, and we have more equipment than anyone else in the world and able to process it. So that's how we're considered the largest.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
These pellets,
Yes.
they go all over the world. What are some of the things? I mean, when we send it out, it's just a pellet, and I want everybody
Sure.
to see this. This is made. When this came to Troy, it was what, either a plastic bucket or.
Yeah, it very well could have been a shampoo bottle, a detergent bottle, depending on the types of plastic, and we won't get too technical today, but we recycle things from yogurt cups, and it could have been a bucket, and it comes in from all over North America. That is our largest challenge, believe it or not, is not finding necessarily the sales for this material, but it's actually getting that raw material in. It's asking people to recycle. It's asking communities to offer recycling to their residents, and that's why trucking is such an important part of our model, is because we have to bring in this material from all over U.S., parts of Canada, and parts of Mexico, and we do import some from
You know-
even beyond.
Would it be safe for me to say that I see this commercial? I watch commercials all the time because I try to make them. So I watch them all the time, and I was watching these two guys, and they was getting plastic out the sea containers where people be on their boats, and they was saying. So we could also say that we help keep the community, the world.
Certainly, yes. We give an option. Now, unfortunately, a lot of we've seen a lot in the media about ocean plastics, and most of that, the majority of that, is coming from third world countries. It's coming outside of where we purchase. But this material, we put a price tag on this material. That's what a lot of people don't realize. So they can choose to, just right here, in fact, in the city of Troy, we have a wonderful recycling program here.
We do.
So we can, if you have you go home, you finish your gallon of milk today, you can choose if you want to put that in your trash can. And if you do, and the city of Troy comes and picks that up, they take that to the landfill. There's a cost associated. We pay a per ton fee to bury that in the landfill. Or if you choose to put it into your recycling cart, the city of Troy picks that up just the same. Most people don't care, they just want somebody to pick it up. And that goes to our recycling center. That's put in a bale, and they call us when they get enough of that material baled up. We send a truck or have a trailer ready to pick them up.
That's where we come in.
That's exactly right. And then we're sending them a check in 30 days for that material.
I'm just so excited. I knew, I want to feel smart for a little bit here. I knew you needed to come here and tell me this. All I used to say was, we haul this, and this.
Right.
I wouldn't dare get into it, and I thank God that I was smart enough not to, because I did not know that. But my guys at the car wash, I know it's a small scale, but I buy them, especially in the summertime. We go through 4 or 5 cases of water a day, because I
Yep.
want them to stay hydrated.
Yep.
I'm going to see the city and get one of those.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I dare not work there and not be a part of it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I learned
Absolutely.
something.
And I will tell you, at KW, the type of plastic that water bottles and drink bottles are made of, we don't recycle that particular type of plastic, but the city accepts it, and there are markets for that type of plastic.
Okay.
So there are different types of plastics out there. Sometimes people look at the bottom of the bottle. For the city of Troy, you don't have to worry about that. If it is a container of some sort, we don't want plastic bags and film, or your Walmart bags, those types of things.
Yeah.
Not in the city recycling. There are some take back programs for that. But if it is a plastic container, put it in your recycling bin, and then the city of Troy is going to sort through that and find a home for it.
And find a home for it.
And it very well could be something that is recycled right here in Troy, made into plastic resin like that. And possibly even one step further over at KW Container and made into this all plastic paint can. And then you'll see that on your shelves out at Lowe's or Sherwin-Williams.
Yes. When I go to schools, and you say you're from Troy, Alabama, we look small, but when I pick this can up,
Yeah.
this is like a tool for me. I keep one here. You look in the back of my truck, it's a couple in case. And matter of fact, the schools that I go to a lot,
Yeah.
I just leave it. I leave one of these cans, and that's what I'm always saying. Look up
Yep.
under the bottom. But that, I don't know, that makes me excited to say. I look at them and I say every day, and I say 15 to 20 loads of this go out a day. Am I close to that?
You would know better than I would.
Yeah,
So
that's
if
what I
you
was
say
like.
it, I'll say it.
Yeah, I think 15 or 20 loads of this go out a day, and
And people probably have no idea when you say a load just how many hundreds,
Oh, yeah.
thousands of cans
Yeah, 'cause
that
they're
we're
not
really
heavy.
talking about.
They're not heavy. They're not heavy. But isn't it so amazing to have, and I'm not going to take all the credit for this.
It's a good chart.
Yeah, me and Kevin Baker and his daughter made this chart. What this is for, it was to help me. It was a tool. I call these my tools.
Yeah.
It makes it work what I'm doing. And when I have a school to come down, we come on the show, we take a tour of the plant. I found out the visual.
Yes.
I can stand in front of class and say, oh, we got this, oh, we got that, But when they come here and they see those silos and we just ride, you know, and they see that, and I walk them, and they see our shop, and they see the cranes and stuff.
Yeah.
I
It's
got
good
them
for
in.
people to see. People don't realize the investment that we have in this community.
They do
We've
not.
been around for a really long time. We're going to be around. That's the plan. The good Lord willing, for a really long time.
1959.
That's amazing.
19.
Yeah.
And you know what
No,
I'm
for KW Plastics, we're not that old.
That old, but
1980, 1981 is when
But
we got our
you
first
think about
start. But yeah, we have deep roots here in this community.
Say that one more time, and we ain't going where? Nowhere.
Nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere. But I want you to look at this chart, and
Okay.
and it starts from a battery, and it just goes around. The battery goes to the truck,
That's
then
right.
to KW, to the garbage bin, and it just makes a circle.
That's
and
right. Most
like
people
the-
don't realize that
the-
we got our start actually recycling automotive batteries. We were the very first in the world to do that. And to be perfectly honest, at that time, it was a solution to an environmental problem. We could no longer, this was back when Nixon was in office and he had established the EPA, and scientists were looking at the environment, and they were looking at things like what we were putting in our landfills and what was stacking up in wastewater runoff. And they said, you know, you can't stack up these battery cases anymore. And so, yeah, KW Plastics, the owners came up with a solution for that, and they were able to provide that resin back to the battery manufacturers at a less expensive price. And the battery manufacturers didn't tell him. You know, now you go to the stores and everything is green and sustainable and recycling is cool. But in the late 70s, early 80s, that was not necessarily the case.
Really?
But batteries, automotive batteries, have the highest recycling rate of any container in the world today. And it's around somewhere between 98 and 99%.
I knew you needed to come. I knew you needed to come here.
So,
So that is stuff. That is good stuff.
Yeah,
That's
and
good
so,
stuff.
you know,
That's the
I
good
tell
stuff,
people
so.
that KW Plastics resin is virtually in every home in America. Just look under your kitchen sink, in your laundry room shelves, out in the garage, under the hood of your car.
And saying all I've been saying is, when you go get some paint. That's
Yeah.
all I've been saying. When
Yeah.
you go get some paint, and I'm definitely gonna get with you some more today and getting a list.
Yeah,
This was given to me,
it's nice.
and everything in it is recycled. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, it is.
This whole book is made out of recycling. I don't use it. I just set it up here. You know, when you look at a person, like you were just saying, a young person, like I mostly be talking to, there be guys that maybe the football career didn't work out, maybe the college thing didn't work out, and so they've decided now to go to school. And I'm gonna tell you why I had you here. They've decided now to go to school, and now they're finna get in this world of trucking. I think, and I feel in my heart, that this is where they need to be. With trucking, I'm getting in my field now, with trucking, the biggest thing you got to have is freight. And equipment, good equipment.
That's
you know,
right.
you see our new equipment coming in. I got a commercial now with our new equipment. We have that. We have the freight. We have the town. We have a college. We have a bank. We got great churches. I've been visiting the Vine, and in my church, we got great churches.
Yep.
There's anything in this town that you need to be successful.
You're right.
Do you
It's a
agree with me?
I 100% agree. It's a wonderful formula for success. And I think a key to that is the owners of our company, those that started this company, they were from here. And it was very important to them that they put their roots here, that they build their company along with building the community, that as they were making decisions in the past, that they were not just thinking of themselves, they were really thinking of their employees, they were thinking of the effect on the community.
Look right here what we're doing. This is Truck Talk with Wally Sandals Truck Line. Anybody in this town that's opened a business, got a business, thinking about doing a business, can come on here for free and talk about it.
That's wonderful.
We want them to be a part of this. This is just not about us.
Right.
It's about it's about the town. It's about the community.
the
I can go to
reality
bed
is-
at night if I go to a truck driving school today. Matter of fact, I'm going to Trinum Tech tomorrow. I can go to bed knowing that everything I said was the truth, and I believe it. I believe it. I done it. I can talk of 100 people that done it. But when you talk about the two guys that did this, I'm gonna put you on the spot. You know,
Okay.
one of those guys you're pretty close to, huh?
I am.
Huh?
I am.
Just how close are you?
I am proud to say that my father is Kenny Campbell. And thankfully, Wiley Sanders saw something in him when he was a mechanic at a local car dealership. And my father was somebody that can still is very much today. He can look at something and he can tell you how it works. He can tell you what's not working about it, and he can tell you how to fix it. And he doesn't have a college degree to do that. That was just a God-given talent. Growing up, he was the kid who took the radio apart to figure out how it was, that sound was coming out. And then they didn't have money to replace the radio, so he had to figure out how to get it back going. So, they would have a radio. So, over time, with the support of Mr. Sanders, they dreamed big dreams, and it's very rewarding to be able to just play a small part in that and be able to support his vision and talk about this great company that they've built. I travel all the time, and it's amazing. You know, Troy, Alabama is on the map. People
Really?
know. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're right.
No, we have
I mean,
Troy
I mean,
University to thank for that a lot.
Yeah.
Especially when the football team beats LSU. That was a great year to travel
That was
because
great.
people were calling me from all over. And they see these trucks. They see these red and white trucks up and down the interstates all across America. And I can say, that's part of the KW Sanders family.
When you talk about Mr. Sanders saw something in your daddy, I can relate to that. I'm 59 years old, and it's the only job I ever had.
How about
and
that?
Mr. Sanders give me opportunities, and I went all over this world, and now I feel like that I'm giving that back. I can look at you and I can say that this is a family. You're his daughter. That's why I went there with that, so I could go here. You're his daughter, and now the daughter is taking up. Your brother, he's taking up. Stephen, he's taking up. So I tell people, we're not going nowhere.
No.
They got kids, and they're just going because they're family oriented. Anybody that's family oriented is going to think that way
That's right.
automatically.
And I consider my coworkers and colleagues, we call ourselves family.
Family.
We know what's going on in each other's lives. We care about each other. We show up when we need to show up. We've had some good times together. We've had some not some good times together, just like family does. But it's a great place getting to know that I get to go to work with people who really are not just there to stamp a time clock or get a paycheck. They care about what we're doing.
What we're doing, and they care about the success of the ones that is around us. Now, let's move to something else.
Okay, let's move.
You see that?
I see that.
You see
Dancing
that?
with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
See that guy right there?
I see that guy right there. I
The
did
guy
not.
only has 50 votes. That's all he's got.
I did not realize I was sitting with a star today.
You see that lady
I
right there?
do see Miss Kelly.
She's got 300.
Uh
Help!
oh. We gotta help. Well, you see this guy here, Troy Weed.
Yeah.
He works for KW Container. And speaking of family, I'm a relative of his, so we gotta get him a few votes too.
Okay.
But we're gonna get you some votes.
But this is going back, and everybody probably said, well, how did he get to Dancing with the Stars from what they was talking about family? Because this is our family.
That's
This
right.
is the kind of stuff our community does.
Sure, absolutely.
This is the stuff that everybody knows I'm no star. Everybody know I can't dance.
Oh,
but it's going to be so fun.
We're gonna see. I don't know. Have you started practicing yet?
I've had one practice. You
How'd
know, I've been
it
had a bad
go?
foot. I've had one practice, and I got by.
Yeah.
At
Well,
the end of nothing else I can do, I can talk. I just let it go.
We know you can do that.
I
Well,
can
that's
do
the beauty of Dancing with the Stars is they always start off kind of stumbling in the beginning.
And they get through it.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you. I hope you're just not making me feel good.
no, I'm sure I have
Thank
no
you.
doubt you're gonna put on a show.
Thank you so much for coming, and I've learned something today.
Well,
I tell
great.
people you can't teach if you can't be taught.
Yeah.
And I've learned something today, and I don't want this to be your last time, but you opened my eyes to some stuff. I'm gonna be
I would
calling
love-
you
I
because
would
I'm
love
gonna
to
get me
come
a
back.
chart. I like the way you you explain the stuff about? See, because all I say is the cans,
Yeah,
but you just
yeah.
told me look up under your sink, and I need to get some of those parts from you.
And there's a lot of times that your trucks are delivering our resin to manufacturers who are making things for the world's largest brands, Unilever, Procter and Gamble, name an automotive supplier that has a U.S. Facilities here, that we have certified material that's going to all of those places. So we
Really?
supply, yes. And so I would love to come back and talk a little bit more about that, because our community, it's funny, we bring people come into our facility. You were talking about that visual, how important that is. So we have customers that come in from all over to walk and see our facilities. They see our lab space. A lot of people don't know we have our own laboratories at
And they're
KW.
impressed.
It's very impressive.
Man.
But we take them out to lunch in the community, and a lot of times we'll take
That's
them.
what I do.
Yeah,
That's what
a lot
I
of times
do.
we take them to the half shell, and to get some local flavor. And of course, you know, when you go to the half shell, you're going to see half a dozen people before you even order your food that you know, and people talk and hug and, hey, I saw you at church yesterday. I saw you at the ball game Friday night. And our customers are amazed because they're most of the times they're from really large metropolitan areas, and they're like, is this normal? Is this every day?
This is every day.
Every day.
That's why I love Pike County.
And
This
it is special. It
when
really
I go
is.
to I go to Julius because it's more convenient for us to get that back room. And just the waitresses coming in there saying, Hoss, everybody calls me Hoss. Hoss, y'all need this, y'all need this.
Yep.
And that's what I'm going to do with this.
Yeah.
Every driver that's coming in, one of these is going to be sitting in front of him when he sit down. Local restaurant, that's what you were just talking about, family.
Yeah.
You know, I just hand them to them, say, hey, I want you to put these up. Okay, Hoss, we'll take care of it. Thank you so much. And they're going to be able to read and look at that. And that's why I want to get with you today. And I'm going to get some old literature. Anything, because it don't look like we as big as we are to you. Just really put your eyes on. I've never bought nobody here, and we be walking around or driving around, and I can hear the whispering in the back, like, wow, wow. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to let you go. It made me feel really good. I was at Julius. Yes, I'm an eardrop. I was at Julius, and I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And this recruit I got sees one of our drivers. He said, hey man, I got this dude out there that's telling me all this about they got this and that. He said, tell me the real, you drive for them. He said, man, this is a great company. He said, I go anywhere in the world I want to go. If I need to go see my family, they get me in there. And that made me feel good. So he ain't just
Absolutely.
telling you that.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much
Well,
for
thank
coming
you
on
for
my
all you
show.
do for our community. Thank you for the attention that you bring to not just the KW Sanders family of companies, but to our community, because it's important to us as you're out recruiting. We don't want people just to work here. We want people to live here.
Live here.
We want people to be a part of this community.
And that's what
So thank you for selling the whole package.
I sell a whole package. Thank you. We'll be right back. Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. These guys did. Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. These guys did. We're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, and I have a real important thing to say. I have a pastor here, Pastor Lewis, and he touched my heart so much yesterday at Divine. Pastor, do you know that all week that I've been coming to your 7-day fasting? I mean, you just heard Stephanie talking about what a family we are. Well, I've been inviting Millie Johnson. Millie, you got to come. You got to come see this. It's so I love structure. Although my store is not structure, I go from plastic to this or that, but I love structure. And I just like the structure that you had. And you wonder why I had you on the show. This is why I had you on the show. What you're doing and the things that you're saying, telling people about him, is so good for us. Natasha, you're one of them. Why did he ask me to come? It ties in together. These kids need prayer.
Absolutely.
They need the toys that we give them. I want to thank you guys. I wanted to personally thank you on live TV that each time I called you during the toy drive, it was nothing but, what do you need? What do you need us to do? And I think that is so nice for those kids, and I think y'all are doing such a good job. Pastor, you know, I heard you say something yesterday during your sermon that people that continue to bring up your past or your enemies, we should be looking forward. And you said something about drugs, and you said, if you don't need that. I don't care what the laws are. You don't need that. You need God. And man, I was just inspired. And one day your wife spoke, and they was breaking down some Hebrew words, and I was just uplifted about it. I want to know, how did you get into this community? Are you a Troy native, or what? Because I'm supposed to know everybody in Troy.
Actually, I'm from Florella originally. My wife's from Cottondale, Florida.
Okay.
We both came to Troy State back in the day when it was called Troy State, and graduated. And I got my first job here at Hudson Industries. I was a chemist. Science is my background. My wife's an educator, and we met at church and started our family here. We love Troy, and you know, I have my own business also, Johnson Labs, and been the full-time pastor for the church for a number of years, and just enjoyed raising our kids here, and we love this community also. Okay.
Natasha, how did you get to started with DHR and doing the thing? Because you have to be compassionate with the job you had.
Absolutely. I attended Troy University. Well, it was Troy State when I graduated, but now it's Troy University, and I've just always had a passion for children, and I began my career there 15 years ago.
15 years ago. See, that's what we do here at Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. We let people know that if you come here, it's something we rub off on it.
Yeah.
I mean, now that I went to the band, I actually promised this to my wife. I said, I'm gonna give you the cup. I said, but not before I carry it to church. I don't know who come up with this idea, but it's warm. The little bag you give. Another thing that I liked was the way you do your collection. And I don't want to make no churches mad, but I find a lot of places that are all about the dollar. she needs us to give something to her. The Lord told us what to do.
That's right.
You don't have to tell us. We already know. And I noticed yesterday how you said that and how y'all got your envelopes up. And that's why you two are here, because you need the help that you get. And I want you to know, talk to some friends of mine, and our toy drives are going to go strictly through you guys.
Awesome.
We have such a hard time, and I'm going to say this on the air. I get irritated when somebody pulls up on a Cadillac. I know what they cost because I love cars, and they want a bicycle. The first thing comes to my mind is maybe the priorities are not right. You know, if they want the car, fine, put a sign on it, say I want this. And so that's why we start going through DHR, because you deal with these families and things every day. So we want to let you know that y'all stuck with us. And then I was going to tell you, I know I've been crowding your place up with these bikes. And I asked them, and I said, y'all giving these out? And they told me, yeah. But if there ever comes a time that I don't feel we can never get too much.
No.
You two, I'm going to put y'all together again. We can never give you too much, and you can never give us too much of the word.
Well, the Vine, actually, they sponsored several families during Thanksgiving for us. So we are already working together.
Good. And that's what we got to do. People, I can come to my community now. I can go to my classes now. I call it tools. You ever seen a mechanic with one tooth?
Not a successful one.
A good mechanic, I have a lot of tools.
Yes.
I tell you something else. A mechanic that's not that good, he'll have a big old toolbox. I watch it everywhere. Can't fix nothing, but he got all the stuff because he's eventually he knows what kind of mechanic he wants to be. So he knows he needs all these tools. And what I want to do in this community, I have to have all these tools. I have to have you to tell me who needs help. I have to have you praying for us, and when we get disgusted and we want to see, I'll tell mine. I'll get irritated. I'm just being honest, and that's where you come in at. Pastor Sankey, I love you, and I ain't going nowhere. Let me go and tell you that now. But in our community, when a preacher preaches real good, we always say, he let you use it. He let you, he used you. He used you, because really, that really is not you.
That's right.
It's God blowing in your ear. I tell people a lot of my commercials, I think it comes from up there. He blows in my ear. I'll be riding along, and I say, yeah, that'll do. When you have a vision, I have a vision that for Christmas, I had a vision that every child was going to have a bicycle. Kelly Santa has a vision. Every family is going to have a dinner. Divine had a vision. And your crew, they was willing to stay late for me to get stuff over there. That's what we got to do. And that's what good preachers like you come in and see. You know we're gonna get this battle. I heard you say, you know we're gonna get tired. Well, I like the part when you're talking about the guy's friend showed him the steak. You know, he's on his fast, and he said, wouldn't you like to have one? And you said, the guy said, no, not right now. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. And you was talking about, it was just so nice to be there with you guys. And tell us a little bit about your church before we get out. And just tell us some things you're doing and want to do.
Okay, a little bit about the history of the church. The church was up on 231 for 11 years in that little building, a little antique building at one time, and we were about 75 people, and then God just started giving us a different vision for the community, how we could be the hands and feet of Jesus in a more effective way. So we actually revamped the vision of the church and knew we couldn't grow in that little building, so we relaunched it. Now we're a mobile church. We meet at the rec center, have services at 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. So the Lord's blessed it. We went from 75 people to around 500 people now in 7 years since we relaunched the church with the vision. And we love to serve our community. We have teams that go out every month that go and build wheelchair ramps, or we've even paved some small driveways for people that it was washing so bad and they just couldn't help themselves. And the church loves to do that, serving the community like that. So it's been great. God's moving. He's moving in the whole body of Christ. I believe there's revival coming to our nation, and boy, do we need it.
Yeah.
And I believe God's bringing unity in the body of Christ to work with each other, because we're all on the same team. If we're preaching Jesus, we're on the same team. So I see a lot of good things, Jeffrey, happening in the church, in our local community, and even in America.
Well, thank you. I believe you. I believe you, and I believe you when you say if we ever need Jesus, that the time is now, especially in our country and the things that's going on. Natasha, tell me what drives you with DHR? What made you just do the things you do?
Well, I have the experience of that. I worked in investigations for 9 years. So when I was out there in the field, I saw so much of our babies that needed different things from the department, and now that I've kind of graduated and I do the resources, I'm able to go back and think. It keeps me humble. It does. I don't get where I'm like, okay, they don't need that. It makes me say, no, guys, we got to get this. We need some more sponsors. Who can we call? And so he never fails us.
That's correct.
And so he sent you to us at the very last minute. You know, when we thought it was over, he said not yet. And so you came and delivered the bikes to us, and we were able to get those bikes out to our babies that didn't quite get everything on their list, but we were able to bring them one more surprise. So we are grateful for that.
And you know, we talk about God working through us. Just think about it. I always tell people, and I'm going to believe this, and Pastor, I think you agree with me, God puts us where we need to be.
Absolutely.
I saw a friend of hers in the gym, and he was telling me, you ought to go through a DHR, because I was telling him about the issue I was having and giving this stuff out. I felt like the people was getting it that didn't really need it, and that made that connection. One of your young members, you stay with your young guys. The young men, or this men period, have got to stand up.
Absolutely.
They've got to stand up, and one of your young men, Hunter Moats, is the reason I was there last week. He asked me about it, and I kind of showed a little interest, and he stayed at me. He just, you know, and that's good in a young man.
Absolutely.
That's very good in a young man. Now, I want to tell you that we're here to stay. Anything that you need us to announce right here on Truck Talk with Wallace Sandals Truck Line, let us know. We'll work with you, Pastor. Same way with you. Anything you need us to do. This is, and then commercials start running, because a lot of people didn't know what Truck Talk with Wallace Sandals was about. Well, I'm going to tell you guys, so I want you to really be able to get it out, the word out. It's about positive things. I will announce anything on here that's positive. Anything your church got going on. If you got a member that's 95 years old and never been on TV, and you want to bring her up here and just let her say, hey, that's fine. If you have a coworker that just want an extra mile, surprise them. So we're going to get coffee and bring her up here. I want to tell y'all something that happened to me Thursday morning. And God, like I say, He lets you see what you need to see. I went in Hardee's, going to get me a biscuit. I was going to get my hair cut. I told the guy I was going to be nice. I said, man, you want a biscuit? Because he's getting up early in the morning. And he said, sure. And he told me the kind he wanted. When I'm standing in the line, I'm like, one more customer, and then it's me. My turn. I'm excited. And I don't have no money.
Oh, my.
And I consider myself, that's why I asked the pastor where was he from, because I consider myself to know everybody in Pike County. And I'm like, no big deal. I'm just going to look around this line and see somebody I know. There was nobody in there I knew. So I kind of stand here. Now I'm next. So I get out the line, and I get in the car, and I'm irritated. You know, I'm irritated now, and I'm thinking, well, I'm going to call the Waffle House. I eat there all the time. They're going to fix me something that's fine. And the Spirit of God spoke to me and said, how many people come in here and not like you? My only problem was my money was at home. I didn't have a credit card. I didn't have nothing. Look through my console. I didn't have nothing. And like you said, it humbled me. It made me think that what I'm doing is all right. Because for that split second, that was a bad feeling. Even though the Lord knew it wasn't going to last long, but it made me think it's some people that didn't have the means that I had.
That's true.
And people like us got to keep working hard and keep pushing on. What the Bible say about the weak? So the weak will always be among us, the strong, the Bible, the weak.
Take care of it.
Yeah. So it's just good to have you guys. They haven't gave me my 2 minutes because the time is up. They usually come out and say 2 minutes. They haven't said 2 minutes. How many people work with you at DHR? How many ladies are in there?
We have a total of all employees around 38, but in our service department, we have about 12.
Okay. I'm gonna get Truck Talk with Wallace Sanders Truck Lines. I'm gonna get a date with you, and we're gonna come up there and cook some hamburgers. I actually want to.
We love to eat.
I'm gonna cook some hamburgers and hot dogs, and I want you to invite some families that wouldn't get something off the grill if you hadn't invited them. Let me tell you what I did at Trojan Detail. I rented these big old water slides and things, and it was just for the kids.
Awesome.
And I told any adult that was there, do not get a hot dog till every kid here has had a hot dog. I wanted every kid to have I wanted every kid to play on that slide, because some of them did not get it. And it was a good turnout, and it was real peaceful. So until we start helping one another, we're going to continue to struggle. That's what our company says. We're big, and we're going to do all these things, but we're not going to leave the community behind. Sanders is going to bring the community with us. Jump on our backs. Come on. You got something going on, we're going to talk about it. You want to open a business in this town, come on, we're going to talk about it, because we want you right here.
Absolutely.
Everybody's not going to drive a truck. Everybody's not going to work in the plastic tank. But everybody needs a job.
That's right.
And everybody needs a good community. When you're raising kids, you've got to make sure what you have them around. That's where you come in, preacher. You got to keep blowing in them young guys' ear. I saw your staff yesterday, and it was not no one there. There wasn't nice. I shook more hands leaving there. And I like warmness. And in the same way with you, because I'm unorganized. When I come by there, I'm calling, hey, I got about 5 bicycles out here. I need to come in. You know, I don't know what you got going on, but they always say, pull to the back. Well, and I'm going to continue to do that. So you guys are stuck with me, and we're just going to do things. We're going to do things. We're going to say right now, we're going to build this community.
Another way you guys can help us build is we need foster parents. We need foster parents for our children and foster parents for our adults. Believe it or not, we have adults that need foster care.
Really?
So, yes, I teach the classes. They begin tonight. And I'm going to keep you updated so you can continue to spread the word for me, because we need foster families in Pike County.
Okay, well, I need you to get me some literature on that. You just hit right on the nail. That's what Truck Talk with Wallace Sanders is all about. I'm going to tell you a little story. We was about to adopt. And my son fixed that for us. They're about to have a baby. But yeah, I would love to help with that. I would love to help with that. And any of those guys or men that in that church, that in your DHR that you see in some kind of way I can assist them, let me know. You got the number you have is my personal. I tell everybody, I don't believe in that having to call and talk to a secretary. Call me. And send me a text, because I'm going to keep it. But I want to say goodbye. I want you to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
I want you to say, Pastor, keep praying.
Goodbye. We will.
Keep praying. Until the next Monday, hey, we're just going to say goodbye from Truck Talk with Wallace Sanders Truck Line. I think all the guests we had, I hope something was said that would help you along your way. At Wallace Sanders Truck Lines, the only place you'll be stopping is at the bank. Wallace, money, money, money. Wallace Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. At Wallace Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wallace Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wallace Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wallace Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wallace Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay, 4%. Wallace Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wallace Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home,